Hey friend, welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to be talking to you about why I'm going to upgrade to the X-T4 and why you might not want to. But as an X-T3 owner and as an avid video shooter, yeah, we'll dive into some details on that. Right now, it's not launch day quite yet, but I wanted to start this video because I'm at Cannon Beach in Oregon in the States, and it is beautiful here. So I'm gonna put in some footage of this, and then I'm gonna dive in later on why I'm buying the X-T4 and why it might be a good idea for you and why it might be worth holding off on. So for now, watch this beautiful footage and we'll talk in a second.
Courage, my heart's a natural ghost. It's been too long. Let's get away from the cold. Where would you go? I'll take you there. It's a long way to anywhere. I will not wait or worry, knowing that life's a hurry.
Alright, hopefully you liked that video that you just watched. I love Oregon. I love the coast of Oregon. It's so beautiful. But now, why I'm going to be switching to the X-T4 or upgrading to the X-T4 from the X-T3. Let's talk about it for just a quick second. There's really two big reasons. I could give the full spec rundown, and in fact, I'll just go ahead and link to FujiRumors.com, the website where I found the full leaked spec list. You can go and read all of the leaked specs, but there's really two main ones that I will be upgrading for, and that is IBIS and dual video card recording. Those are huge for me. That is just in the wedding industry, and as a run and gun filmmaker, you just can't replace those two features. Having IBIS is incredibly helpful when you're out in the field, you don't have a stabilized lens. My favorite lens is the Sigma 18-35, and it's not stabilized. So when you don't have a stabilized lens and you really need to get the shot, it's just so helpful to have IBIS as an extra added security blanket. And speaking of security blankets, dual card recording is just irreplaceable. There's just nothing else like that I can trust when I leave a wedding day except having two copies. Let alone any other shoot. I just feel so much better when I have two copies of my footage. So dual card recording and IBIS are the reasons that I am going to be upgrading to the X-T4. There are many reasons to upgrade, but those are my big ones. I'm so stoked that Fuji is listening, that Fuji cares about their customers, and is just going above and beyond expectations and is doing things that I really, really respect. So anyway, let's talk about a few more reasons in just a second. I'm gonna show you some beautiful footage from this site that I'm at right now because it's just insane. If I haven't already showed it to you, let's just watch some now and I'll come back with a few more reasons as to why the X-T4 is a great choice and why maybe you shouldn't upgrade if you're shooting on an X-T3 or another camera right now.
Make it through, I'm here for you.
Okay, I'm in Bend, Oregon now, and if I've showed you footage, then just enjoy that. If I haven't, then I'm gonna put it now. It's amazing out here, but I'm gonna get to the more reasons that I'm upgrading, aside from just those two main ones. So for me, I'm just gonna read my notes. It's the bigger battery, the flip out screen, 240 frames per second in HD, highlight and shadow tone control, like an increase in the ability to control those two tonal ranges, which is huge because I have a custom profile that I use, and it would be really nice to be able to dial that in just a little bit more with the highlight and shadow tones. Let's see, new white balance priority modes. There's some of these new like priority modes for ambience or white, and it's amazing. Go read the press release. But yeah, that's a super key feature to have because I'm not a Kelvin shooter. Like, I prefer to just be able to switch my white balance into a setting that is gonna get it quicker than me trying to dial in my Kelvin. So yeah, that may change, but for now, I love the addition of a little bit of white balance help. Then digital image stabilization. Man, having that combined with OIS and combined with IBIS is just going to be amazing. Like, I'm going to be able to lock in tripod shots with completely handheld, going completely handheld. So I'm really excited about that. And then menu improvements. They've improved the menu in stills and video modes, and they've separated them, and they've added apparently some functionality to the quick menu for video shooting. So that's pretty amazing. I'm really stoked on that. Fuji's menus are fine, but they're not great, so they could use some improvement. And then F-Log View Assist. We can now use a View Assist mode in F-Log so we can nail the exposure even better than before. This isn't huge for me, but I think it's really, really, really vital that they do this. And so I'm excited that they did. And then the fixed movie crop magnification to keep the angle of view consistent. So that one is the fact that when you crop in on video, or when you switch into 60p or 120p, it crops in on your video. So now that's just gonna be a consistent angle of view instead of switching it as you punch into different frame rates. So I hope that makes sense. It's a big deal, and it's really cool that they corrected that because it's something they probably didn't have to. So those are the other reasons I'm gonna be upgrading. But now let me tell you why maybe you shouldn't, and yeah, why it would make total sense for a lot of people not to upgrade to the X-T4. So let me talk about that right now. All right, clearly this is a video-oriented camera. It seems clear that they just wanted to upgrade the X-T3 and they wanted to upgrade the XH1, and so they put it in one body and they upgraded primarily video settings. So if you're a photographer, this might not be the camera for you to upgrade to. However, maybe it's now worth upgrading to the X-T3 over the X-T2 because it's gonna get cheaper. So that's definitely, I think if you're a photographer, this camera's probably not for you. If IBIS really matters for you and what you're shooting, then yeah, it's definitely worth the upgrade. But if not, then it's probably not gonna be a significant image difference. So yeah, I really don't know about that one. But then if you're a videographer, then I would say there's really one main qualification not to upgrade on, and that's price. If you can't afford it, then just don't do it. Don't go and spend money that you don't have. Please do not increase the debt problem in the world by buying a camera that you can't afford and you really don't need. So I'm all about making what you can with the gear that you have. And quite honestly, I think the making what you can with the gear that you have, the making what you can part is a lot more than you're doing right now. Like, I don't know you personally, but I really think that you could push your gear that you have right now further until you really do need to upgrade. So yeah, I think that it's definitely worth upgrading if you have the money and if you love shooting Fuji, or if you're okay with crop sensor. But if you don't have that, then I really wouldn't upgrade. I would just keep shooting on an X-T3 or pick up a used one now for cheap. Yeah, and I would upgrade to, you know, something else like smaller, like, or just before the X-T4, I would upgrade to the X-T3, the X-T2, and X-T30. Those are all gonna be great choices. They're gonna be cheaper than the X-T4, and you're gonna be able to really do a lot with. So yeah, if you can't afford it, I would not upgrade. Yeah, in general, if IBIS is really, really important, then this is the camera for you. Otherwise, for a lot of people, this is gonna be a camera to pass on. So yeah, I don't wanna encourage people to buy gear that they don't need or that they can't afford, just so that, you know, I can be another voice saying, you need to upgrade, you need to upgrade. So yeah, I'm excited to upgrade to this camera. If you need an upgrade, then this is a great camera for that. But if you can't afford it, or if you're not making what you can with what you have right now, then I would tell you to go start doing that first and then upgrade later. So that's it for me in this one. I'm excited to get the X-T4. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
The storm may overcome